and was afraid that gay rights would go backwards, that was something that he was concerned about. So many different people and their concerns. And Madonna, I've been told Madonna.
Yeah, speaking of Madonna, Suzanne, I'm just going to cut you off. Forgive me, but we got to go to Madonna.
Can you hear me? Are you ready to shake up the world? Welcome to the revolution of love, to the rebellion, to our refusal as women to accept this new age of tyranny, where not just women are in danger, but all marginalized people, where being uniquely different right now might truly be considered a crime. It took this horrific moment of darkness to wake us the fuck up. It seems as though we had all slipped into a false sense of comfort, that justice would prevail and that good would win in the end. Well, good did not win this election, but good will win in the end. So what today means is that we are far from the end. Today marks the beginning of our story. The revolution starts here. The fight for the right to be free, to be who we are, to be equal. Let's march together through this darkness, and with each step, know that we are not afraid. That we are not alone. That we will not back down. That there is power in our unity, and that no opposing force stands a chance in the face of true solidarity. And to our detractors that insist that this march will never add up to anything, fuck you. Fuck you. It is the beginning of much needed change.
Okay.
Change that will require sacrifice.
Okay, we're going to hold out of that because some of the language used, it's Madonna. We didn't know what she was going to say. I've got Jim Sciutto and Dana Bash sitting listening to this. I mean, the one and only Material Girl up on the stage. I spy Amy Schumer over her shoulder. It's a show of force with, I know, all these celebrities. I mean, we heard Donald Trump say, I don't need the celebrities. And I mean, the man won the election. But what do you make of her message?
I think that this is incredibly powerful and important. And the fact that there are so many people who are out there who suddenly feel like they have, as she was saying before she dropped the F-bomb, that they felt like, you know, at the end of the day, these are Hillary Clinton supporters I'm talking about, that good would triumph over bad, and that didn't happen, that was a wake-up call on Election Day to get people, especially young people. So a lot of young people out there who have not known an adult life without Barack Obama, whom they supported as president, and were jarred and were like, what happened? Now, the question is whether or not the celebrities on stage who were out in full force, Madonna, Amy Schumer, all of them, Scarlett Johansson, out in full force for Hillary Clinton, whether they can now make a difference because the people who are marching are listening more intently because they know that it doesn't always work for them in the end.
Totally. Well, I was talking to him, by the way, I just want to sit here and I just need to apologize for the multiple F-bombs by Madonna. That happened. We apologize here at CNN for that. But I was, not often I get to say it. I was talking to Cher this morning, and she was saying to me, Brooke, I'm 70, and I've been through 12 presidents, and she said, when I think back to how far we've come as women, and her thought was it's incredible seeing all these young women out and about today, but they have no idea, what it was like for her growing up. And she got very serious, talking about rape issues and a women's voice, and now I think just at least to see these young women out and about is strong.
If I could just add, she used some colorful language there, right?
Yeah.
Let's remember 24 hours ago, and I'm not equating it, but we had people during the inauguration chanting "Lock her up,"
Yeah.
right? And I only mention that because folks at home know, we know from Christmas dinner conversations, right, that the level of emotion on each side
Oh, no question.
can reach a crescendo, not because, and these are people we love, right?
Yeah.
And we've all had debates like this
Yes.
around the table on a number of issues. So you see it. Frankly, I'm not surprised. I think that's what she's speaking to there, and I'm sure a lot of folks in the audience, when they heard that, were like, right on. Just as when we were at the inauguration here, some people commented, "Is that really the right place to be chanting 'Lock her up'?" But you know what? There were people high-fiving in the audience there because there's a level of emotion behind these different political
I
views.
saw a woman in the mall yesterday, watching Donald Trump give his address, and she was, I could just hear her moaning, her weeping, her feeling what he was saying. It was, I was so struck. Yes, in support. It was almost like she was at church and he was preaching, and she was just so overwhelmed by what he is promising to this country. And I saw another woman this morning also weeping for a very different reason here at the march. There's so much happening in Washington. Guys, stand by. We're all standing by actually because we're waiting to hear from the president himself. He will be, in fact, here he is at the CIA. He will address those cameras, and we want to make sure we hear every word of that as he is now the 45th president of the United States. We'll be right back.
Satin sheets of